listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Right now, it is 73 degrees, going up to a high of 87, so it's going to be a little hot, but it's beautiful right this moment. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Yes, it is Taco Tuesday, baby, so I don't know if y'all want tacos or not, but it is Taco Tuesday. It's also National Parents Day off. It's also National Cream-Filled Donut Day, National Eat a Hoagie Day, and National Live Creative Day, and National Sober Day. Yeah, sober, like don't get drunk today. That kind of sober. Yeah. Now listen, if you like cream-filled donuts, knock yourself out. I do not like cream-filled donuts. I remember when I was little, I used to like the Hostess cupcake with the cream in the middle, but as I got older, I didn't like anything with filling in it. It's the cooked fruit and fillings. It's a no for me. I used to love cannolis. Like I would go and eat a cannoli. Nah. Can't. I just something about that. I don't know. I've gotten very weird in my old age. Yes, I have. Very, very weird in my old age. I am. So anyway, National Parents Day off. I know parents. I know you're saying, thank God. What are we gonna do with the kids? It's National Parents Day off, but what the heck are you gonna do with the children? I don't know. Have no idea. Maybe get the kids, take them to the park. You really don't have a day off. Get them a cream-filled donut. You eat a hoagie. Y'all do something creative and live, and try to stay sober through that whole event. I know. You see how I tied all that stuff together? I know. Your girl getting better, trying to be slick. Yes. All right, I want to give a happy birthday shout out to my little cousin Misha out in Pennsylvania, to my brother Roger out in Virginia, and to my good friend Lori down in Destin. Well, no, she's in Tampa, Florida. Happy birthday. They all have birthdays, y'all. I told y'all September is full of birthdays, like a ton of them. Like it was like people were busy in September, like for real. I also want to give a happy birthday shout out to this gentleman. I don't know him personally, but man, I wanted to give him a shout out. His name is Lawrence Brooks. He is a World War II veteran, and he is 112 years old. I wish I could talk to him because I want to know what's his secret to longevity. 112 years old? Like, he has outlived his life insurance. Whole life. Just in case y'all don't know, whole life insurance go up to 100 years. Lawrence has outlived his life insurance. He's 112 years old. Happy birthday, sir. Salute to you for fighting for us so many years ago. He was drafted in 1940, y'all. 1940. That is crazy. He served in the army after being drafted. Like he was born in Louisiana, Norwood, Louisiana, in 1909. He moved to New Orleans in 1929, and he's been a New Orleans resident since 1929. He is one. I need to know what his secret is to longevity. Like, how do you live to be 112? And he looks good. Like, if you look at him, he's 112 years old. He looks like he still has all his cognitive functions. It's just, that's amazing. Like, how do you do that? He has 13 grandchildren. He has 5 children, 13 grands, and 22 great grands. That's a long time. Yep. So I think that's amazing. 112 years old. All right, let's get on with our show. Let's get on with these horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiessen for today, Tuesday, September the 14th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. You need to do something energetic and different. Caustic language may cause you to want to get out of the house. Electrical problems may be an issue. Listen, Aries, if you have an electrical problem, the best thing for you to do is call a professional. Do not go in there trying to do something electrical yourself unless you are an electrical professional. If you're not, call one. Don't try to do it yourself. I'm just trying to help you out and save you from a catastrophe. Taurus, you are best to do your research before taking on such a venture. Your disciplined attention to jobs will enhance your position. Your creative ideas must be put to good use. Listen, put them creative ideas to good use today, Taurus. Pay attention. Pay attention to the jobs and you will enhance your position. Pay attention and put your creative ideas to good use. Use those things to enhance your job. Use all that creative energy to enhance your job. All right? All right. Gemini, financial gains can be made through wise investments. Your intellectual charm will win hearts and bring opportunities that you least expect. You're best to channel your energy into work. Listen, put all the negativities aside. Put all your good energy into your work. People are watching you. Your intellectual charm is going to win the hearts and bring you opportunities when you least expect. So put all that good energy into your work and be sure to check your money. You know, you can make some financial gains, but the investments must be wise, Gemini. Wise is a key word there. Taurus, your time, not your cash, will do a lot more for your relationship. Beware of colleagues who don't have your best interests in mind. You will be attracted to unusual forms of entertainment and foreign cultures. Listen, your time, not the money. The money's not going to do it. It's your time. So it will do a lot more for your relationship. Don't try to buy that person. I told my daughter the other day, she said something to me, and I said, oh God, there's another one trying to buy you. Because that's what they do. They always like use their money to try to buy her affection, and then when it doesn't work, they get mad. Like, why? Why do that? Just be yourself. If she likes you, she likes you. Leo, don't let them blow situations out of proportion. You need to change, and you need to earn more cash. Your self-confidence will attract members of the opposite sex. I was like, listen. You need to change and you need to make more cash. And your self-confidence will attract members of the opposite sex. I say that all the time. Like, people are attracted to confidence, right? You can look at somebody and be like, man, like, why is he with her? Why is she with him? It's the confidence. Now, granted, you got some gold diggers out there on both sides, men and women. But for the most part, when you see somebody who's highly successful and they're with somebody who just look like they don't go together, it's the confidence. When you have self-confidence, it shines through and people are attracted to you like magnets. When I tell you it's the truth, it is the absolute truth. I've dated people and I've heard people talk about me who would say, I don't date big girls. I don't like big girls. I'm a big girl. Always have been. I'm not as big as I used to be, but I'm still a big girl. But because I walked with confidence, it was attractive. So the physical went right out the window. It was all the other stuff. The confidence, the self-esteem. When you have all those things, that's attractive. So it doesn't surprise me that people will be, attracted to, to your self-confidence, Leo. It just doesn't. Because that's what people are attracted to. You look at guys like, oh my God, how did she get him? Or how did he get her? And when you look at who they are and how they walk, because people with confidence walk with confidence. They walk with their head up, shoulders back. They walk with confidence. That's what you got to do. Virgo, stop telling others about your problems. Your unique approach to life will interest others. Money problems will get worse if your partner hasn't been playing by the rules. Yeah, stop telling others about your problems. They really don't care. I hate to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. They really don't care, Virgo. They don't care about your problems, so stop hemming and hawing. Keep it moving. Work through the problems, make it happen. And then here's the thing. Many money problems are going to get worse if your partner hasn't been playing by the rules. Let me tell you, the worst thing in the world is to have problems with your spouse about money. It's the worst thing in the world. So I get it. They're going to get worse. So you need to check your partner, Virgo, and see if they're playing by the rules. All right. I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. So stay tuned.
I ran away from heartbreak. Got nothing in return for my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid. Wasn't looking for a lover. Nobody understood where I've been. I guess I thought I needed more time to protect my love from potential offense. So then you and you, but I so you and I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different and for me, we were just friends. But we started building trust and my fragile heart started to mend. Yeah. I should have paid attention. You would have been the obvious choice. But I needed time to see clearly, dig deep and cut through the noise. So then you came around and you made it cool. But I shut it down. So you took your time and I opened up. I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different and it had to be you. Out the blue, somebody who would listen and it had to be you. Out of all the people to revive my love, couldn't be just anyone. But baby, it had to be you, you.
Welcome back. That's one of my favorite songs. It had to be you. I love that song. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Tyson. We'll pick it up with Libra. It won't take much to upset your lover. Be professional and you will advance more quickly. You may find yourself mixed up in a triangle of sorts. Yes, you're going to be mixed up in a triangle. I don't know what kind of triangle it is, but here's the thing. Get out. If it's going to be some kind of crazy triangle, Libra, get yourself out of there and hurry. Run. Scorpio. Work quality behind the scenes. Problems with in-laws or relatives may be more damaging than you realize. Look before you leap. Look before you leap. Take a look first. Don't just step out there. Just look first. You want to be careful. You might just fall if you don't look before you take the leap. Sagittarius, get domestic chores out of the way early. Snap out of it. Move forward if you want to turn your life around. Snap out. Listen, Sag. This too shall pass. Snap out of it and move forward if you want to turn your life around. You can't move forward if you're going backwards. You can't even move forward if you're looking backwards. Move forward. Snap out of that funk you're in, because you're probably in a funk, right? Snap out of it. Find you some strength. Find you some strength in some people that you love and trust that you can lean on a little bit and get some of the strength off of them. Find a little strength. If you can't find some strength with them, go on YouTube, watch some inspirational videos. That's what I do. I go and find the most inspiring videos I can find when I'm feeling funky, and I get on there and I watch. The other thing I do, y'all know I talk about this all the time. The other thing that I do is every morning I get up and I get on the morning meetup mastermind. That's what I call it, the morning meetup mastermind, because there's 500 people every morning. We get on there and we talk about we talk about business and entrepreneurship and all that great things, mindset. We read books. We got our book clubs. We're reading The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell right now. That's what we do. All right. So find you somebody to lean on. Just lean on them. Hey, I need to lean on you for a second. You know, you're trying to tie your shoe or you're trying to fix your shoe or something. You kind of lean on somebody with one foot up. Yeah, you might want to do that. I'm just trying to help you out. Capricorn, confronting a situation will only result in indignation and misunderstandings. Don't trust others with important information. Do a little shopping. You are likely to find a bargain. Okay, little is the key word here. Do a little shopping, Capricorn. Not a lot of shopping. You're probably going to find some bargains. Do a little shopping. Don't go overboard. Don't overextend yourself. I'm just trying to help you stay out of financial problems, financial trouble. Aquarius, heed the advice given by a family member or an old, reliable friend. Your home may be in an uproar and you are best to stay out of the line of fire if at all possible. Secret affairs are going to come back to haunt you, Aquarius. Here's the thing. If it's a secret, you probably shouldn't be doing it. I'm just saying. If it's a secret, you probably should not be doing it. Now it's going to come back to bite you in the booty. Let's hope you can get out of it, though. I'm praying for you. Help the Aquarius who's about to be called out on the secret affair. Get out of it. I'm just helping you out. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces, take the day to relax and pamper yourself. Lord have mercy. Let me tell y'all something. I've been contemplating this all morning. I'm so tired. I've been contemplating taking the day off all day long since I woke up this morning. Anyway, talk to superiors about problems that you feel are getting out of hand. Get back to the comforts of cottage or home. Listen, you are universe. You're talking to me today. I've been contemplating just taking a minute today because I'm tired. And I know, right? I could take a minute. Like nothing is stopping me except for me for taking that minute. I'm still contemplating. I haven't given up on it yet. My throat, I just need to rest for a second. I'm constantly going like this, constantly. Like last night I was out till like 10 o'clock last night. It was my niece's birthday. We had dinner. It was great. The food was delicious. I went to Papa Do's. Papa Do's is amazing. Like I love Papa Do's. But I worked all yesterday, and I had to go to Norcross to the dinner, and then by the time I got home, it was like 10 something, and then by the time I got to bed, it was like 1 o'clock, so I'm exhausted. And then I tend not to sleep well, so I was back up about 5:30, which means my Fitbit is going to say, you didn't sleep well at all last night. Anyway, talk to superiors about your problems that you feel that are getting out of hand. Get back to the comforts of cottage or home. I'm trying, like, my office is great. My bedroom is still a little bit messy because we still got a few boxes in there. But the rest of the house is great. My daughter came over the other day. I wasn't here. So we got one of the smart locks. You punch in the codes and all that good stuff. So she was able to just come in because she has a code. And she said, man, it felt like home. And it really does. It feels very cozy. It's a lot smaller. Like my other house was really, really big. This house is smaller. And it feels a lot more like it hugs you. Let me say that. That's the best word I can say about it. It hugs you when you come in. So it feels great. My brother said, are you all straight now? I'm like, yep, I'm all straight out. I don't like all that junk. Like right now, in the boxes that are in my bedroom, they belong to my husband. All my boxes are unpacked. I don't play that. I don't. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing, to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Mike Dyson. Now let's get on to some news you can use. So Democrats, it's a whole issue around the mask mandates and things like that. But anyway, Democrats on the Georgia House Higher Education Committee urged Governor Kemp yesterday to drop his opposition to the mask mandate and leave the decision to administrators at the state's public colleges and universities. Lawmakers' plea came as University System of Georgia professors and students launched a week-long series of demonstrations on campuses across the state demanding mask mandates to prevent the spread of COVID. So they want it. But I guess the ones who don't, so you got the ones who want it and the ones who don't want it. They want to have a semi-normal life. Putting on a mask, why is that? I'm still trying to understand why that's a problem. Don't nobody like to wear the mask. Like, I feel like the mask has probably damaged my breathing, right? Not really. I don't really feel like that. I just don't like them like everybody else. But here's the thing. I'm going to put it on because, you want to prevent the spread of COVID. Like, why is that a problem? That's a huge problem. Anyway, they want to prevent it. Said, we need our leaders to fight against the virus, not against the students and the faculty, says Jasmine Clark, who's a Democrat in Lilburn. She said, we need you to fight against the virus. Why are you fighting against the students and the faculty? Why are you fighting against parents who want this? Why are you fighting against good health? People, what is wrong with you? A mask is taking away a right? Oh my God. I tell you, politics and politicians. Speaking of politics and politicians, I'm starting a new podcast. It's called Popcorns and Politics. And I'll tell y'all the story about that when I launch the podcast. So you gotta tune in. But anyway, I'm starting a couple of new podcasts. I'm relaunching Talk Business with Audrey. I'm relaunching Marketing Impact. I'm gonna be doing more segments on Wise Women Invest. I'm launching Popcorn and Politics pretty soon, next month. I'm also launching one called the Economic Impact Podcast. I'm really excited about that one too. And then there is another one that I may launch with a health professional. I just got to get the green light, like the final green light. Like he gave me the green light, like let's do it, which I think you guys are going to find totally interesting. It's going to be geared towards fighting cancer. I'm super excited about that one as well. Just waiting for him to give me the final green light, and I'll be talking. So, yes, I am a one-woman podcast machine. That's me. That's your girl. I love this space, y'all. I do. I'm building a whole network of podcasts. I know. I wanted to bring on other people, and I still do. It's just that I don't see people as dedicated as I am. You got to be dedicated to get up and do this all the time. I have to work on my schedule and how I'm going to produce all these podcasts. Let me tell y'all something. And see, when people say, "Oh, that's too much," no, not really. It's too much if it's too much for you. I don't feel like it's too much. I just have to. I have to manage my time. As y'all notice, I get up every day and I do this show 4 days a week. That's because this show is important to me, so I manage my time. Matter of fact, let me talk about that on the other side. I'm gonna talk about podcasts and why am I building a podcast um, network and what all goes into that. So I'm going to talk about that on the other side. Let's keep it up with the news. Yeah, today is Talk Business Tuesday, by the way. Talk Tech Tuesday, Talk Business Tuesday. Today I'll be talking business. So, yeah, there's some issues going on right now. There's some issues, and State Representative Donna McLeod has said, "I'm not trying to stand for it." So right now, there have been license plate reading cameras put in areas around Lawrenceville, and Donna McLeod, who is a state rep of Democrat in Lawrenceville, she said those cameras are being placed mostly in black neighborhoods, which I think is a mess. Why? See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Why? Why? So she is saying, why are these neighborhoods being chosen? Why are you targeting black residents? Because that's what it seems like. If all the cameras are being placed in predominantly black neighborhoods, that's like you're targeting black residents. She said McLeod has argued that the cameras are located in predominantly black neighborhoods and that the current crime levels in these areas do not justify the placement of the cameras. A resident of Lawrenceville, she worries that the cameras unfairly target black individuals. Why, y'all? This is what I'm saying. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. She says, "I'm not an outsider. I don't see that crime," said McLeod. During a recorded virtual meeting with city officials, "I would not accept biased and racially motivated flock cameras in our neighborhoods of color." Fight for us, Donna. Fight. See, this is the kind of stuff right here. Why are you doing that? And she hasn't gotten a good answer back yet about why those cameras were placed in predominantly African American communities in neighborhoods where they're predominantly black folk. But Donna said, and yeah, if y'all never talked to Donna, Donna does not play. Yep, she ain't playing with him, and I know she's gonna fight. And I think I told y'all yesterday, I had an opportunity to talk to Commissioner Marlene Foscue. They do so much work that behind the scenes we have no idea about. They do a lot of work. That's why I'm launching the Economic Impact podcast, because I really want to know. I really want to understand economic development. They do so much work that we don't know about. They fight so hard a lot of times for some of us. For some of them, it's just a position because I want to be seen. But for people like Donna and Marlene and Nicole and our DA and Carolyn Bardo, they fight for us behind the scenes. Like, we only see that little bit of what we see in the media, right? But if you sat down and actually talked to one, like I got a chance to talk to Commissioner Foscue this past Sunday, she does a lot of work, and she's known in her space as being very meticulous, detail oriented, and she makes sure everything is in its place. That's how she's known. And like, you talk to people who know her, and I said to her, people in this space that know you, they say she's very detail oriented, and she pays meticulous attention. She take great notes. Like, that's how she's known. That's a great thing. I wish I was like that. Like, I'm detail oriented in certain things. Certain things just go right over my head, and I'm sure she's the same way. When it comes to this stuff, she's very strategic in the way she think about things and do things. So I said all that to say, Donna's out there fighting for us. If you want to read that full story, go to ajc.com. You can get the full story there, because I can't read it all. But if you ever heard Donna fight, she's very passionate about Gwinnett. She does not play when it comes to fighting for our rights here in Gwinnett County. She doesn't. Gwinnett Public Schools will retain full accreditation. 2 areas of improvement have been identified, though. They're going to retain their accreditation. That everybody was worried about that. We got new administration there. You got new board members. You got incoming and outcoming, all these things. And so we were like, are they going to be accredited again this year? Anyway, The report from a review team looking into Gwinnett County Public Schools overall had good news for the district. GCPS will retain its accreditation, but there's a but. It has also identified a couple of areas where improvements are needed by the county school board. Cognia, the district's accrediting agency, launched an investigation in GCPS accreditation in March, and after received complaints about the district, which were mainly aimed at the school board, right? The team visited the school system in June to conduct interviews and to look into the allegations. So they looked into it. They found that there were 2 areas that need to be fixed, and that's what they're working on. As a board governance team and as a school district, we are accountable to the students, families, and staff community, Gwinnett County Public Schools Superintendent Calvin Watts says. So Calvin Watts is the new superintendent of schools. He replaced J. Alvin Wilbanks, who sat in that seat for quite a long time. And now they say we got to fix some things. They got to fix a few things, and just two things, which is a good thing. I don't know what they are. If you want to know what they are, go to GwinnettDailyPost.com. It's a long list. That's there. I can't read it all, y'all. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It is too much. Too much. All right, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
Sure we had fun tonight. You and me felt alright. But it's time you pick up your phone. You won't be worth my while. Me and you won't work out. Pick it up, pack it up, get a cab and go. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I ain't got room for love. I don't need stars above. All I need is my precious space. Yeah. Why you so serious? Can't you just be mine for a night, my love? Take it off, put it on, then be on your way. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I've been too hurt before. I've been through hell and more. So I hold on to my heart. I've been alone before. This way I won't get bored. So I hold on to my heart. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I've been too hurt before. I've been through hell and more. So I hold on to my heart. I've been alone before. This way I won't get bored.
girl Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. So for those of you who love the fair is coming this weekend. Yes, it is. So if you like the fair, it is your time to go out there and pet the goats and see the horses and see the adventures. It's all going down this weekend from September the 16th through September the 26th. You got 10 days of fun at the fair. So if you want to take advantage of that, the fair is going to be located at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds, located at 2405 Sugarloaf Parkway. Be sure to check it out. You can go and get your tickets. Tickets opening day. Tickets are on sale. Let me see what the tickets are. Tickets are $22. Unlimited rides for $22. So if you want unlimited rides, you got some kids, you want to take them out. I went to the fair. Did I go last? No, not last year, because I don't think we had the fair last year. But we went the year before, and we went at nighttime. It was so hot, y'all. It was nighttime. It was hot. Now, the weather is pretty nice right now, so I'm hoping that the weather is going to be nice again. My daughter's saying she's going to go to the fair during the day, I think, during the week. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going out there in that sun. It's too hot. But anyway, September the 16th, opening day. You got unlimited rides for $22. You got the Dairy Goat Show. You got the Ninja Experience Show. You got Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show. Yes, you got a bunch of shows. It's a whole lot of events. So if you want to know more about all the events and things that's going to be happening at the fair this year, go to GwinnettCountyFair.com. You can find the information there and take the kids out, have some fun. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, I know that most of the children are only available during the weekends, but if you can go during the week or at night, it's better because there's not as many people on the weekend. I've gone on the weekend and couldn't get in. I was like, yeah, this is horrible. And I'm definitely not going now with everything that's going on, not going during the weekend. I may go this year. I want to go because I want to go with my granddaughter. But my daughter, I forgot what time she said she was going. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going in. I'm not going there. But anyway, the fair is coming. So for all of you fair lovers, you want to get you some cotton candy, some of that big corn. Like, I've never seen so many people walk and eat corn in my life. When I went to the fairground, I was like, I need to have some corn. People just walking and eating corn on a stick. I was like, that's the thing? That's the thing, y'all. That is a thing. And people love it. They're eating big chicken, big turkey legs, just walking and eating. I had a corn dog, of course. Like, I like corn dogs. I've been eating corn dogs since I was a little girl. Because you go to the fair, and what do you get? You get a corn dog. I love corn dogs. So I will eat a corn dog. Now, here's the thing. The corn dog cost me $9. I was like, oh, my goodness. Yep, $9. So listen, don't think you're going to go to the fair and spend a little bit of money because it ain't going to happen. You're going to budget it in. You're going to get the unlimited ticket for the kids, but you got to have that money for the food. So, because when the kids run around and ride, they want to eat. So make sure you got the money. I got to tell you about this story that happened down in Florida. I thought this was a really cool story. I know this is not Gwinnett County, but this is the part of when I say around Gwinnett County and beyond, this is the beyond part. So there's a woman, her name is Terry Hafner Raleigh. She's in Florida. And so Terry has always wanted to be a singer. And so they have a Facebook page called Quarantine Karaoke. And so she sings. And so, but by profession, she's a teacher, I think. She's a teacher, but she always wanted to sing, so she loves to sing. And so somebody told her she needs to go to Quarantine Karaoke on Facebook. And she went to Quarantine Karaoke on Facebook, and she sang a song. And the Facebook group went bananas over her singing. Now she's about to put together her own band. My reason for sharing this story is, one, you just never know, right? She's 53 years old and she's always loved to sing. Like, that's her passion. And now she gets the opportunity to sing. She's been on WBZ TV. Now she's forming a band with her husband. You know, she's probably going to go on tour. She's probably going to live her best life right now. Not saying that the life that she lived has not been her best life, but I believe that when there's something ingrained in your heart and you get a chance to do that thing, that's when you start really living your best life. So Terry is about to get out there and do her thing. She's pulling together her band. She has a fan base already for her band. That's amazing. They said she said, I was standing in the living room in my pajamas, and she just started singing. And the Facebook group went bananas for her singing. She was like, I couldn't even answer I couldn't even like and answer all the people that were commenting because it was just too many. She said, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So at my age, to be able to do this and actually people like my singing at my age, To me, it's huge. So congratulations, girl. I hear you. I hear you. So listen, today is Talk Business Tuesday, and I want to talk business. I'm talking podcasting today. And so, a lot of people may think, so let me just run down my podcast, right? My podcast that I do this one, Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm relaunching Talk Business with Audrey, which is just a Q&A mastermind type podcast where I answer questions and I give advice on business. Impact marketing is my journey that I'm going to be documenting to share how I'm building an empire network. Podcasting network, right? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm building a podcasting network. So I'm going to talk about all the things and ways that I'm marketing all of the podcasts that I'm launching and the things that I'm doing. So that's impact marketing. Because you can take whatever I'm sharing with you, you can take that and help you do the same thing with your podcast. So I will be talking about that. So those are the three that I'm relaunching. I'm going to expand Wise Women Invest. Why am I doing that? Because I am a licensed insurance agent and financial advisor. I don't talk about that a lot because I don't practice my craft a lot in that space. I spend most of my time here in this space. However, I have great partners who are going to come on the show and share investment advice and tips. And so that, even though it says Wise Women Invest, that type of information can be for anybody. Why did I call it Wise Women Invest versus something else? It's all about branding and empowering women, but empowering everybody else. Because when you empower a woman, you empower an entire community. You do. You empower an entire community. So Wise Women Invest, we're going to pick it back up. I'm doing popcorn and politics. So remember I said I was trying to keep Good Morning Gwinnett kind of politically free. I wanted to be more of a family, fun kind of thing. So popcorn and politics. And how I came up with the name popcorn and politics, I was in a strategic meeting with Derek J. Wilson, who's running for insurance commissioner for the state of Georgia. And we were trying to come up with a way to help him raise funds for his campaigns. And so I was like, we should do, and this is something that happens all the time. When I'm thinking, they put me in this space where I have to think, I said, we should do something called popcorn and politics. And not everybody was happy about it, but then everybody thought that's kind of hot. And then we decided to do something else, and I was like, popcorn and politics, I like that. So I kept the name in my head, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, this is my opportunity to talk about politics, and I don't have to allow them to, it doesn't have to really go into Good Morning Gwinnett. So that's how popcorn and politics was born, because we were talking about using popcorn as a fundraiser to fund his campaign while we were talking politics. So I kept the name. Now I'm going to be doing a show called Popcorn and Politics. It's going to be talking to politicians, community leaders around the United States, probably around the world, because I feel like that's going to be a great show. All right, so that's that show. Recently, I had to moderate, last Friday, I moderated the first session of the International Health Summit, which was sponsored by the Gwinnett County District Attorney Office and our District Attorney, Patsy Austin Gatson, last Friday. There was a doctor who was on the panel, and he was a cancer specialist. He shared some of the most amazing information about our healthcare in the system, and things that we can go to our doctor and actually tests that we can actually go to our doctors and ask for. I was so impressed with him, and I was so impressed with his research and the data that he shared. I was like, I need to do something with him. And I said to him, because I was moderating, how do we get this information out to our people? And he was like, I don't know. Well, I'm like, well, heck, I said to him, listen, I do a podcast called Good Morning Gwinnett, 4 days a week. I said, and there are a million me's out there. We need to figure out how to leverage that. So I sat down and I thought about that. So that was Friday. I slept on it Friday and Saturday. Sunday morning, I woke up and I was like, he and I got to do a podcast. Like, we have to do a podcast, and we have to talk about this so people will know. Now, my challenge is going to be trying to pin him down to do the podcast, because he is a doctor. He is a cancer specialist. He does a lot of research. He does a lot of traveling. That's what we're going to have to do. We have to pin him down to a date. But once we pin him down, that podcast is going to be called Crush Cancer with Audrey and Dr. Yates. That's the name of that podcast. Excited about that one. And my last podcast is called Economic Impact. The Economic Impact Podcast. And the reason that one is important, because I really want to understand economic development and how I can be an instrument in helping impact communities by understanding economic development. So the way to do that is to interview economic development people, experts in this space. So economic impact is another podcast. So now you may be saying, well, Audrey, why are you launching all of those podcasts and when are you going to do them? Well, here's the thing. One, I love this space. I think it's an amazing space. It allows me to do all the things. Let me tell y'all, I've been in media for 17, 18 years, right? I've been trying to publish a magazine since, oh my God, probably 1998. The first time I thought about publishing I love magazines. Like the only thing that I have not completely unpacked are my magazines that's in a box in my office. And that's because I haven't read them all. I love magazines. So I have tried to launch magazines probably since 98. And I remember saying, I want to launch this magazine. And Terry Williams, if you guys don't know her, she was a publicist for Eddie Murphy, Janet Jackson, and a whole bunch of other famous people. Well, I used to work at Prudential, and Terry came to, Prudential sent us away, some of the employees away, to a weekend. It was called Minority Interchange. They sent us away for the weekend to do some team building and some kumbaya kind of stuff and listen to some speakers, and Terry was one of the speakers who they brought in to speak to us. That was my first time meeting her, but I had bought her book. It was called The Personal Touch, and the reason I bought her book was because me and Georgia and one of our friends, Adele, had written a book called The Cookbook to Romance, and we needed to know how to get publicity for our book. We had no clue. So I've always been like the business person. I'm always like the front runner in things. So I said to her, I bought the book and it was called Personal Touch. I used that book to get us all kind of publicity, not just for the book, but also for the doll company when we launched that a year later. But I lost my train of thought. Why was I sharing that? Anyway, so, I always wanted to do a magazine. So one of the things I said to Terry, I said, hey, I want to do this magazine. And she faxed me, because we didn't have, like, the internet wasn't like it is now. She faxed me I had a fax machine in my bedroom. She faxed me all of this information about how to launch a magazine. She was that nice. And it had to be like 25 pages. So all of these pages came spewing out my fax machines about how to launch a magazine. And I did. I launched a magazine. I launched it quite a few times. And I launched it again and again and again. But the more I launched it, the more magazines became pretty much irrelevant, especially for startups. So I was like, this is not going to work. And I kind of left it alone. So I published a newspaper for like 2.5 years called Women in Business Today. And I published that newspaper, and it burned me completely out because I did all of the work. I did not know what I had. I called myself had a team, and they weren't really a team. It was just people who wanted to ride my coattail, and they weren't a team. Anyway, I did the newspaper for a couple of years. I had a team that wasn't really a working team, or they were fronting like they were doing so much. They really weren't doing anything. And I was pretty much doing everything, including writing all the articles, I was curating articles, writing some of the articles, laying the whole newspaper out. I laid the whole entire newspaper out. Then I would take it to the printer, take it to the printer on a disc, because it was a disc, y'all. I would put the newspaper on a disc, take it to the printer. The printer would print it. I would get like 5,000 copies of the newspaper. Then I'd take it, and my husband and I would distribute the newspaper all over the county. That's what I did. So I've been in the media space for a long time, trying to get this off the ground. Now, what does this have to do with podcasting? Because podcasting lets me stay in this space that I love so much, media. And it lets me be as creative as I want to, because I am a Pisces, and we don't like to be pinned down. We like to be creative. We like to move around. We like to do things that are exciting. We just do. Podcasting allows me to do all of those things. It allows me to meet new people. It allows me to share great information. It allows me to inspire people. It just allows me to do all of the things I want to do. And I understand the process and the systems and how to launch a podcast. So that's why I'm able to launch. Like, I could launch all of those podcasts in one day. Maybe two, because now I got to do the artwork and I'll probably get burnt out. But I could do everything I needed to do in a couple of days to launch my podcast. Why? Because I understand the system. I understand how it works. I also understand that there's big money in podcasting, and it's getting bigger. Let me say that again. There's big money in podcasting, and it's getting bigger. Yes, it is. And so I'm in a space that I love. I get to create the way I want to create. and I have the potential to make a lot of money. I'm having a lot of fun, and I can impact a lot of lives. So it's a win-win all the way around. Now, what is it going to cost me? Time. But here's the thing. Time doesn't stand still. It's not going to wait for me. So I can either use my time wisely or use my time frivolously. I chose to use it wisely, and I chose to grow this network. I chose to build this empire. I chose to leave this legacy. It's my choice. I'm having a good time doing it. So that is why I am doing so many podcasts. That is why I am putting so much time into podcasting. Speaking of podcasting, I will be speaking on podcasting for the Atlanta Black Chamber this coming Friday at 11:30. I am. And I'm telling business owners why it's important and why you should start a podcast. But I'm going to answer some critical questions. Like, we're not going to have a podcast, how to launch a podcast. I'm going to talk about the industry as a whole and where we're going. And why is that important to you as a business owner, right? And here's what most people think when they think about launching a podcast. They think that, oh my God, I don't have the time. You can find the time. Honestly, you could. Like, even if it's like 5 minutes, you can find the time. 2, why is it important? Is it even worth it? Well, is growing your business worth it? That's a good question you might want to ask yourself. 3, how do I get a return on my money? You got to first make the investment. Let me just say that out the gate. You got to make the investment. Here's the thing. This is not a get rich quick. This is a longevity move. Think about the stock market. You're not going to get in and get rich right out the gate. It's longevity. So you got to think about it that way. So I'm going to be sharing all this stuff, all of this information on the podcast platform for the Atlanta Black Chamber this coming Friday. And then on Saturday, I'm doing it again for the Houston Women's Conference. So this is important, and I'm going to be running my own webinars really soon, probably starting in a couple of weeks, because I want people to understand the power of what podcasting is. And so this is why I love this space. I love the space. I love what it allows me to do, who it allows me to be, right? I'm dedicated to this space. I'm dedicated to this journey. It's so funny because our president of the Black Chamber, his name is Melvin Coleman. He was like, I hear Audrey passion. Like, I love this thing. But it allows you to do so many things. All right, so listen, that's all I got for today. I'm going to go to my last song. I will be back after this song to give you my words of inspiration for the day, so stay tuned.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Made a promise to myself, this time I will keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day. Oh, 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 a brighter day, a brighter day. Oh, a brighter day. Time goes by and yet I wonder, why do we put each other through hell? Why can't we just get over ourselves? I know I should. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. Yeah, so I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Yeah, made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you.
Listen, guys, that's all I got for today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. I slept on this one because I thought it was so. I don't know what made me decide to. It was a thought. I didn't hear anything. Something. I don't know what made me think about this. But anyway, I was like, This is gonna be my inspiration for the day tomorrow. So here goes. If you want to be looked at as a leader, you must first begin to lead. Let me say that again. If you want to be looked at and recognized as a leader, you must first begin to lead. And here's why I say that, because there are people, my brother and I was talking about that. There are people who want to be seen as a leader, but they want to ride somebody else's coattail. Nobody's going to see you as a leader if you're always on the back of somebody's coattail. If you want to be seen as a leader, you got to step up front. You got to lead. You can't ride somebody's coattail and expect to be seen as a leader. It doesn't work that way. Nobody respects you when you ride the coattail trying to be a leader. It's like the man on the passenger side of a Bentley. Like you sitting on the passenger side, your boy driving the Bentley. Who you think they going to respect the most? The person driving the Bentley. That's just how it goes. And then some people get slighted because they feel like, oh, nobody's paying attention to me. Oh, I'm not important. If you want to be seen as a leader, you must lead. You cannot ride somebody's coattail and expect to be seen as a leader. It doesn't work that way. Unless you are leading in that space. So let's just say, for instance, you work in corporate America and you are doing amazing things in your area. You're looked at as a leader. But if you're not doing anything but with the bare minimum just to get by, nobody sees you. And it's not their fault that they don't see you. It's your fault because you have not stepped into the spotlight. You have not took on the hard task of being a leader. Trust me, it is not easy being a leader. It is not. It is not easy always stepping up to the plate to do things. It's not, because what happens is when you step up to the plate to be the leader, people are expecting you to lead. And that's a lot of problems with a lot of people. Like, they want to be seen as a leader, right? They want to be in the spotlight. But then they don't want to lead. They don't want to put in the hard work that it takes to be a leader, and it is a lot of work. I've talked to you about the people that I'm in partnership with, people that I work with. They lead, but trust me, I'm in those conversations, and sometimes they get beat down, but they have stepped into the place of, this is what I've chosen to do. I've chosen to lead this or that. I know that not everybody's going to like and agree with me. It's okay. I'm following my passion. And here's the thing. Because they have done that, the world said, there goes a leader. That's what the world said. They don't have to say a word. All they got to do is step up to the plate and do their thing. I do so many things, and I lead so many things because it's just who I am. I don't care about the spotlight. Y'all know what I talk about. I talk about creating a legacy. That's what I care about. The spotlight just comes with that. Because if in order for me to create a legacy, people have to see what I'm doing. I can't work in the darkness expecting somebody to see me in the light. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And trust me, I'm not that person who like the spotlight. Do not. I'm very regular. I am. I drive a Jeep Cherokee. I'm super regular. And it's so funny. I think I might have shared this with you. I told my husband, my brother moved to Georgia last November, but last June, I think I went to Jersey. He had a Benz. Now my brother's been driving Benzes, Mercedes, forever. I've never had one. I've never had a luxury car at all. And it's not that I couldn't, because there have been plenty of times I could have paid cash right out the rip. Like, I'm just gonna go pay cash for this. Plenty of times, but I didn't. I have been driving Cherokees forever. Like, the first time I got a Cherokee probably was 94. And I drove that all the way to like 2004. And my husband like, the car's junk. We're going to leave it. But anyway, he had a Mercedes and he gave me his car and I took him to work. He's like, yeah, take my car. Just, do what you got to do. And I was like, cool. So for the whole day I was floating around, pushing the Mercedes. So when I came home, I said to my husband, because I had never driven his car. I didn't have a reason to drive his car. But that particular time I was in Jersey, he's like, you ain't got to rent a car, just take my car. And I was like, okay, cool. Took his car, drove that car around for like 2 days. And I told my husband, I got home, I said, hey, I think I want a Mercedes. I love that car. He's like, you? I was like, me. But it wasn't because it was a Mercedes. It was like, I like the seats were heated and the seat lift up in the middle and it pushed the car to start. It was like all these, so I'm a geek. All these little technical things that make me love the car. I'm like, I think I want one of those. And I still do. You know, so I'm still contemplating which car am I going to get. I'm going to get a luxury car, but not for the sake of getting a luxury car. Because it doesn't really matter. It's a car that I'm going to drive. But it has all these gadgets on it that I like. I'm like, oh, I like that, and you can do this and do that. And I love it. Like, I love the gadgets, right? And you know, people do look at you and perceive you differently when you drive a Mercedes or a Range Rover or whatever you're driving. And it's crazy because they do. But I say all that, when people see my brother coming, they see a leader. They always have. Now, with that comes people that love him, people that hate him. People that want to be him. People that want to see him fall. All of that comes with being a leader. Look at the President of the United States. People that hate him. People that love him. People that wants to be him. But here's the thing. You can be what you want to be as long as you say, you know what, I want to be that, and then be that. That's the thing. I want to be a media empire mogul. Guess what I'm going to be? A media empire mogul. Why? Because I'm launching 5 new podcasts. Why? Because the industry is growing. Why? Because I'm being looked at as an expert because I know about podcasting. Why? Because I can teach you how to launch one in 7 days. That's why. All of these things makes me a leader. And here's the thing. I'm not sitting back hiding. I'm speaking at conferences about the thing that I love. And how can I speak about that? Because I have 580 episodes of this podcast alone. When I tell people that, they're like, what? Yes. And maybe even more than that, I probably lost count. Just for this podcast alone. So I'm a leader because I put the time into learning about the industry. I'm a leader in this space because I love what I do and I don't mind sharing my information, my knowledge with people about this space. I'm a leader because I'm always out front in this space. I'm out front 4 days a week talking to you in this space. So that's what it takes to be a leader. So if you want people to look at you as a leader, start leading. That's all I got for you today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 1 hour with me, and I love and appreciate you the life of that. Be sure to follow me on Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett, and follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, be sure to like, love, and share this show and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. And if you want to support the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, to support the show, there's a banner that says support the show. Click the banner, buy a t-shirt, buy a journal, buy a pillow, buy some socks. It's time to put socks back on. It's getting a little chilly. Buy some Good Morning Gwinnett socks because they're on the website. And also, if you want to read some of the books that I've written, go down to the bottom of the page on the homepage. Click on any one of the books on Amazon and send it right to your front door. You ain't even got to wait on me. Amazon going to send it for you. So thank you for that. I love and appreciate you guys. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent some time with me this morning, and I love you for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing, my friends. So until next time, my good people, until next time, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.